Yo, welcome back to the channel everybody. Today we have a new dev blog post on the Nexon website, so let's jump right into it. On November 8th, there's going to be a really big update that's going to include chaos raids, Thanksgiving events, and the quality of life improvements. These updates may or may not actually happen on November 8th, depending on the QA testing results. The first topic we have here are the chaos raids. Now, a lot of you guys have been asking me what you need to build, SP, AP, and as far as your equips for these chaos raids, and I will have that video ready for you guys either tomorrow or the next day. I want to get that info out ASAP, but I also want to make sure I'm on top of my game and that I'm not misinforming any of you guys on any of the information coming out. So they've been reviewing the structure and the system of chaos raids for the global version, and they say that the biggest change would be that they're going to expand the daily and weekly cap for the raids versus the other regions, and they're not going to make extra raid tickets available at this time. On November 8th, if Nexon decides to keep this consistent, we will be getting the new chaos raids Shadow Altar and Moonlight Fortress. Down the road, we will also be getting Ludibrium Clock Tower, but that'll be on November 30th. Nexon wants us to be able to hop into the dungeons ASAP, so they're making the first dungeon, Shadow Altar, a lower gear score compared to the other raids we're going to be getting. They're making this one a little bit lower gear score so we can get in there, get a few pieces of legendary armor that'll be able to get our gear score up for the next chaos raids. We don't know the required gear score right now, but that will be announced soon. Taking a gander at this picture here, we can see 3 different types of armor and the different types of armor that we can get specifically from that dungeon. So Shadow Altar, we have legendary headgear, gloves, and shoes. Moonlight Fortress, we have legendary top and bottoms, and the Ludibrium Clock Tower, which will be the hardest, that's where you're going to get your legendary weapon. All 3 different gear types do look different, but they will have the same specs and gear score. Only difference will be the passives and the triggers on the items. As for dungeon caps, they are deciding that each raid specifically can be done 3 times a day or 6 times a week, and this is for each specific raid, so you can do 9 raids a day or up to 18 a week per character. These dungeon limits are character based, just like the normal and the hard dungeons, so if you have alt characters that are eligible for the dungeon, you can hop on there with a separate amount of limits. So on November 8th, they are also going to be adding a beta, which is the dungeon limit reset. We have also seen this in a past dev blog. If you haven't already, check out all the links in the description. I'll leave any of the important links there. So how this should work is that when you're on your character and you reach your weekly cap, which would be 30 out of 30, you can reset that so that it goes back to 0 out of 10 for your daily and 0 out of 30 for your weekly. You can only reset this once a week, and the reset time is how it normally is, on Thursday at 5 p.m. PST or at Friday 12 a.m. UTC, which is the in-game clock. It says here that there will be no change to the amount or the quality of the loot you receive from dungeons after the reset. Now this function will be in beta, so we don't know if we'll be able to keep it, but they are saying that they're taking feedback and will make decisions about it in the future. The third topic is the Thanksgiving event. We can see this awesome turkey mount that we'll be able to get right here. It says if you remember the old Thanksgiving event in maplestory, you won't be disappointed. Now me personally, I don't remember the Thanksgiving events very vividly from maplestory 1. If you guys know anything about that, leave a comment in the section below. What I think is pretty cool is that this event will be completely free, so you won't need to spend any merits to get cool looking things from the event. Up next, it says that they're going to be prepping players for chaos raids this week. If you guys have been running normal dungeons for the past 2 weeks, there has been double loot from these dungeons. Apparently they've got a good response from it in-game, so they're going to be carrying the double loot from the normal dungeons onto the hard dungeons this week, and that's after reset. So Thursday after 5 p.m. PST, you guys will be able to get double loot from the hard dungeons, so make sure you're running all of them. On the bottom here, they do have a few other important topics like the fair fight change scaling, the 153 error fix, the UGC change, the meso sellers and bots, and the game optimization. Once again, if you guys would like to look at this post, check out the link in the description, it'll take you here. And that's going to do it for this little update video for you guys. I wanted to make sure I got this out so you are notified on what the heck is going on next week. So as I said earlier, I will be going over how to prep for these chaos raids and what gear that you want to have for them. So that's going to do it. If this video was insightful to you, smack the like button below and subscribe for more content. And as always, this has been your guy, Sabbity Babbity. Peace.